From conceive to birth, the journey of life inside the womb. Life begins with a single moment of connection. Deep within the male body, millions of sperm cells are produced, each carrying half of the genetic code needed to create a new human being. These cells are powered by fructose and enzymes in the seminal fluid, providing energy for the challenging journey ahead. When a man ejaculates, up to 300 million sperm begin a mission through the cervix and into the uterus, swimming toward the egg in the fallopian tube. Only one will succeed. The egg, released during ovulation, contains the other half of the genetic puzzle. When a sperm penetrates the egg's outer shell, fertilization takes place. The sperm releases its nucleus, fusing with the eggs, forming a zygote with a complete set of 46 chromosomes. In this instant, the child's sex, eye color, hair type, and many other traits are determined. The zygote begins dividing rapidly, forming a cluster of cells called a blastocyst. It journeys through the fallopian tube, propelled by tiny cilia and cellular signals, toward the uterus. Here, it implants into the uterine wall, triggering a hormonal symphony. Human chorionic gonadotropin HCG is released, the hormone that pregnancy tests detect. It signals the body to support pregnancy, stopping menstruation and preserving the uterine lining. The placenta begins forming, embedding deeply into the uterine wall. It produces hormones like estrogen, progesterone, and placental lactogen to maintain pregnancy and prepare the mother's body for breastfeeding. The umbilical cord develops, acting as the baby's lifeline, transporting oxygen, nutrients, and hormones, while removing carbon dioxide and waste. By week 4, the cells begin specializing through a process called differentiation. Ectoderm cells form the nervous system and skin, mesoderm cells form the heart, muscles, bones, and blood, and endoderm cells form the lungs, liver, and digestive system. The heart begins beating, driven by calcium ion exchanges and protein channels. The brain starts forming with the help of neural stem cells and guided by growth factors like BDNF brain-derived neurotrophic factor. As time passes, the embryo becomes a fetus. The skeletal system begins to form through ossification, where cartilage is replaced by bone. Osteoblasts secrete the mineral matrix, forming the foundation of the skeleton. Myoblasts build muscle fibers. Hematopoietic stem cells in the liver and later the bone marrow start producing blood cells. The liver also plays a role in detoxifying the fetus's blood. The brain grows rapidly, forming neurons and synapses. Serotonin and dopamine begin regulating mood and response. The body produces melatonin, influenced by the mother's circadian rhythms. By week 8, the fetus has arms, legs, fingers, and toes. Facial features become distinct. Hair follicles, taste buds, and tooth buds form. The eyes and ears develop, and the senses begin to awaken. Genetically, each parent contributes a mix of dominant and recessive traits. While the father determines the sex through an X or Y chromosome, both parents influence everything from metabolism to potential for diseases. Epigenetics, how environment affects gene expression, comes into play. Stress, nutrition, and even thoughts can influence how genes are turned on or off. During pregnancy, the mother's cardiovascular system changes dramatically. Blood volume increases by 30 to 50%. The heart pumps more blood per beat, and cardiac output rises. Blood vessels expand under the influence of progesterone and relaxin to accommodate the extra flow. The kidneys work harder to filter waste. These changes ensure that enough oxygen and nutrients reach the placenta and fetus. Some veins may widen, especially in the legs, contributing to swelling. The growing uterus also shifts major veins and arteries, changing how blood returns from the lower body. Chemically, hormones shift constantly. Progesterone relaxes the uterus and prevents contractions too early. Estrogen stimulates uterine blood flow and promotes breast development. Oxytocin increases bonding and eventually triggers labor. Prolactin readies the breasts for milk. Endorphins rise to reduce stress. Cortisol levels increase to help the baby's lungs mature. The placenta acts as a temporary endocrine organ, constantly regulating this delicate balance. Every week, the baby becomes more aware of its environment. It reacts to sound and light. The lungs, filled with fluid, practice breathing motions. Vernix and lanugo cover the skin to protect it. The digestive system prepares by swallowing amniotic fluid. The fetus dreams, likely during REM sleep. Connections between brain regions strengthen. Hormones pass from mother to child, shaping temperament and bonding. Everything the mother eats or feels can influence development. Omega-3 fatty acids support brain and eye development. Iron helps make hemoglobin for red blood cells. Calcium and phosphorus strengthen bones. Folate prevents neural tube defects. Antioxidants from fruits like berries reduce oxidative stress on growing cells. Choline from eggs supports memory formation. Even a mother's love, spoken through her voice, boosts early brain activity. Thoughts matter. When a mother meditates, breathes deeply, or listens to calming music, her body produces oxytocin and serotonin. These cross the placenta, creating peace in the womb. Studies show babies recognize their mother's voice, and even her language, after birth. The womb is not just a shelter, it's the child's first classroom. As the third trimester approaches, fat stores build. The baby's body regulates its own temperature. Lungs mature with help from surfactant, a chemical that keeps tiny air sacs from collapsing. Bones finish hardening. Fingernails, eyelashes, and hair grow. The baby shifts into position for birth. The uterus stretches, preparing for labor. When labor begins, oxytocin surges, causing the uterus to contract. Prostaglandins soften the cervix. Endorphins ease the pain. The baby moves down the birth canal, guided by gravity and instinct. Finally, the baby emerges, takes its first breath, and begins life outside the womb. Let's now look at another journey, the life of a seed. In farming, some plant fruit seeds on the last day of the new moon. It's believed this time causes the tree to grow shorter but bear fruit faster. It's a method grounded in tradition and observation. While air layering, grafting, and transplanting are ways to manipulate plant growth, seed planting is nature's original path. Just like pregnancy, planting a seed and growing a child both require patience, care, and timing. But only one includes consciousness, memory, MZ, and love. Only one comes from the union of two souls, two stories blending into one. The chemicals, cells, and hormones may explain the how, but it's the spirit that brings life. From conceived to birth, the womb is not only a vessel. It is the first world. A child knows a universe where every sound, every cell, and every thought helps shape who they will become. The deeper chemistry, how hormones and cells work, how blood flow changes, and more, the plant comparison. After birth, the journey continues with a mother's milk, nature's first gift. The golden colostrum flows, packed with antibodies and love, protecting the newborn like an invisible shield. As days pass, the milk transforms, changing to meet the baby's needs, rich in nutrients, tailored by time. Every drop carries memory, warmth, immunity, and the bond only a mother can give. As the child suckles, hormones like oxytocin deepen the connection, soothing both hearts. This is more than nourishment, it is life's embrace. Just as the roots of a plant pull strength from soil, a baby draws wisdom, health, and soul from the breast. In this gentle act, the miracle of birth blooms into the miracle of growth.